Oh shit. I've only got half the stuff done. Oh dear. I got less than half the stuff done. Good gracious. What a shocker. Clearly not ready. First day back from the weekend, and I have not prepared things properly. Let's get the video to come back up just a moment while we switch away, and I will be right back. All right, back where we all belong. Hey, g'day everybody out there in Twitch land and on the YouTubes. How are you doing this Monday night? Welcome into my stream. Here we're going to have a quick wee chat about the weekend Super Rugby before we get into a demo of Block Factory. That one looks good. I'm excited for this demo to see how it shakes out because I'm definitely interested. Based on the little bit that I've seen of this, it looks like it's one that's going to get wishlisted and purchased maybe in early access, definitely once it all goes live. But let's talk about the weekend's rugby first up. We had the first game was Moana Pacifica versus the Chiefs Moana Pacifica at home in one of their 3 stadiums that they call home. It's a little rough on them. I hope they settle in Albany. But they were down Pukekohe. Chiefs came up across the Bombay Hills and played there. A lot of Chiefs fans in Pukekohe. A lot of counties, Manukau. Chiefs fans there. So that's it was a great home ground atmosphere for both teams, really. Moana Pacifica played well, but the Chiefs... Moana Pacifica didn't start off playing well at all. First half was something like 40-0. And I was like, oh shoot, the Chiefs are on track for a point a minute. They're like, this could be an 80-point game. It could be a complete blowout here. And in the second half, I think Pacifica might have had 7 points in the first half. And the second half, it was the other way around. Chiefs scored like a couple of penalties, and Moana Pacifica got 4 tries. So what should have been an absolute blowout for the Chiefs instead was a reasonably close game at the death. Moana didn't get a loser's bonus point from it. Chiefs didn't get a winner's bonus point from it either, but the Chiefs should have been way more comfortable. And what that shows to me is the Chiefs are not ready. They're not there yet. They are good. They have the talent. They have all the ability in the world, but they can't hold on for 80 minutes. They can't keep it up. And that to me means that they are a likely second place team, even though they're sitting top of the table. I think we'll get to the table a little later. I was disappointed in the Chiefs' second half. They didn't carry on in the way that they had started out, and they didn't live up to their abilities. And I think that bodes ill for the long run and for the knockout phases for them. But we'll see. There's still half a dozen weeks to go before we get into knockout phases, and perhaps they're just holding off and peaking later. So we'll see. Then the Highlanders played at home in Dunedin at Forsyth Bar. The Reds came down from Australia, from Queensland, in the balmy north of Queensland to set 2 and won, and I believe that is the first win. There were all kinds of records fell this weekend. All kinds of records fell. Last weekend, I think the Brumbies won in Auckland for the first time in 13 years, something like that. The Reds, I don't remember the last time they won in New Zealand, but I bet that was a long-standing 0 in that column that they knocked out. 29-23. That means the Highlanders got a bonus point out of that loss. So an exciting game, but not real quality. The Highlanders were just not on. Maybe the Reds were playing at the top of their game and the Highlanders were off, and maybe that says something about the Highlanders just being a better team than the Reds under normal circumstances, ideal circumstances. If you just got an unlucky day, but the Reds get the win nonetheless, and that's the thing that counts. Then the Crusaders went up to Auckland. Did they go to Auckland? No, this was in Christchurch, right? Yeah, Crusaders went to Auckland and just beat the shit out of the Blues, and the Crusaders really look like the business this year. It's crazy how they are the perennial winners of this competition, and last year they just fell apart, and I for one was cheering that, and it only lasted one season. Like, come on, like. Oh, they lost a bunch of players. They got a new coach. They're in rebuilding mode, and it took one season, and now they're back on top. What the fuck? So well done, the Crusaders. They really put the Blues to the sword. The Blues just looked out of sorts the whole game. No connection. I doubt that the Blues have fielded the same team twice in this whole competition. They are so messed up with people getting injured, coming back from injury. They're swapping people in and out. Bowden's injured. Perifeta's back. Plummer can't seem to hold his position at 10 for love nor money. Like, put Plummer at 10. Give the whole fucking thing some certainty. Bring Bowden back at 15 when he's in, and leave Plummer alone. Perifeta can play 15. If you want to bring Perifeta onto the field, bring him in at 15. He doesn't need to be on taking Plummer's place when Plummer has been the rock that got you through last season and was doing well this season. I think it's disrespectful to him, and it's bad for like the team's stability to be chopping and changing like this. Put Perifeta back at 15, put Plummer in at 10, and Bowden can take either one of those positions when he's back from his hand injury, but just leave those three as the 10-15s. Stop messing it around all over the place. And Plummer is great at 12, but you didn't even put him in at 12. I'm frustrated with the Blues at the moment. And then the Brumbies went to Sydney and lost to the Waratahs, and that again, if I remember rightly, was one that's been a long time coming. Again in a close match, 23-28, even closer than the Highlanders match. With the home team winning this time, and a good game. That was actually a good game to watch. They were both teams, two teams that were on, and it was enjoyable. And then, in I suppose no surprise to anyone, because the Druid just can't travel. Like they're hard to beat at home, but away from home, it's hard for them to win. And so they went down to a absolutely rampant Force. 52-15. The Force were on fire yesterday. That was fun to watch unless you wanted to be a Drua supporter. In fact, it was one of the few fun. The Brumbies Waratahs was fun to watch, and the Force Drua was fun to watch as long as you weren't supporting the Drua. All three of the New Zealand the games with New Zealand teams were not. The Highlanders game was dour. It's close, which makes it somewhat exciting. It comes down to the last second. It matters, but it wasn't good rugby. The Reds played better than the Highlanders. They won, but they also warmed up to their ability better. Chiefs dropped off in the second half. So the first half was great if you were a Chiefs fan. The second half was great if you were a Pacifica fan. They both played very well in their halves, but in the other half, they were terrible. Yeah, so where does that leave us in the standings? Hurricanes did not play this weekend, which means that they are one of less than half the teams, maybe half the teams, who have now played 5. So they've had their bye, and the Force, Brumbies, Chiefs have got a bye this weekend. So these teams of the Blues and the Drua have not had their bye week yet, which is to say that they are going to have a week off in the coming weeks and not get any chance to score points. Chiefs 5 out of 6 with 2 bonus points as well. Puts them on 22 points, clear lead. Crusaders have a game in hand, and they are 4 out of 5 with 3 bonus points. So depending on how their sixth game go, if they win it, they probably leapfrog into the top. Reds looking excellent with 4 out of 5 and 3 bonus points as well. And I will point out that the Reds with 4 out of 5 and the Waratahs with 4 out of 5, the Brumbies with 3 out of 6, but the Reds and Waratahs 4 out of 5. They've got a game in hand, but they're also playing. Everybody plays everybody, and then within their conferences, their countries, they play home and away. So they play 2 games against internal teams and 1 game against the externals. So that means that the Waratahs and the Reds are playing each other twice, which actually makes it easier for them to accumulate more points. Or they're playing the Drua and the Force twice. So these, I think, the Hurricanes have got a game in hand, and they will move up. The rest of their run looks better than the start of their run. The Blues are in some trouble. The Highlanders are in some real trouble. Actually, the Highlanders are there, but they've got to play both the Chiefs and the Crusaders twice in their look forward. So I am hopeful that the Hurricanes make the top 6. But I think we're probably going to see 3 Australian teams in there and 3 New Zealand teams, which means the Chiefs, Crusaders. I think the Crusaders come in top. The Chiefs come in somewhere between 2nd and 4th. I hope that the Hurricanes squeak into 6th. I think that means that the Reds and the Waratahs and the Brumbies are in. The Reds and the Waratahs are in. The Brumbies probably go ahead of the Force. And I think it's just going to work out because of the conference system that the Australian teams have a better shot against Australian teams, and we have more likelihood that they get enough championship points to end up at the end of the round robin, 3 of them in the top 6. And I think that's the nature of the way this competition is set up, with home and away for Australian teams against Australian teams, for New Zealand teams against New Zealand teams, and only 1 match, either home or away, against the other conference there. I think that means that we probably end up with the top 3 teams in a conference getting through, and the other conference not having a huge amount of ability to influence their ability to accumulate points. So that's what I think. So we'll see what next week looks like. What does next week look like? Next week, let's see. Friday we got Hurricanes Waratahs. Hurricanes should win that at home. We got Brumbies versus Highlanders in Canberra. I would put money on the Brumbies there. No, I wouldn't put money on the Brumbies there, but I would suggest that the Brumbies are more likely to win that one. Crusaders at home to Moana Pacifica. They will beat them comfortably. The Reds versus the Force. This could be interesting. Up in Queensland, up in Brisbane. That'll be an interesting one, actually. I think that one is the most interesting matchup of them. The Hurricanes should beat the Waratahs, but gosh, I'm scared. The Hurricanes are my team, and if they go down to the Waratahs, that's really bad. That's a good point. Do they adjust strategies? Do they target conference games more? New Zealand teams have to win everything because they're just a step above the Australian teams, but it maybe means that the Australian teams can let the pressure off a little bit in the New Zealand games and target the in conference games a bit there and put real heat on those, put real a real onus to win on those conference games. That might work for the likes of the Force, who have a shot at getting into the finals, which has always been sort of an outside chance for the Force. They're not really moving up. They're not bottom of the pack, but they're not exactly regular playoffs attenders. So I think that's an interesting idea, and yes, I think the Force may well be targeting these domestic games, these in-conference games. Like, for example, this one against the Force. If you can win in conference but away from home, I think that probably does the Australian conference very well. And so this would be one to target for the Force to win this game in Brisbane. But if the Waratahs can win against a New Zealand team, against the Hurricanes, then that's excellent for their point standings. And they've got to be thinking that it's quite possible, based on the way that the game has been going, the way, based on the way the Hurricanes' results have been going. If we look at this year. Which ones of these are this year? This year, the Hurricanes lost to the Crusaders, beat the Fijian Drua, lost at home to the Blues, lost to Moana Pacifica, and beat the Highlanders. They've lost to a New Zealand team, beat an Australian team, lost to a New Zealand team, lost to a New Zealand team, beaten a New Zealand team. So, yeah, I don't know. Cobes, 47 months. 47. Wow, sir. One more month. Hey, so I've decided to move back to North Dakota. Speaking of one more month, it's not one more month away, but I don't know what my streaming schedule looks like when that happens. So end of the summer, we'll be moving, and I don't know what the look forward looks like there. So welcome, just in time for the launch of Block Factory Demo. This looks fun. I moved away from North Dakota. Yeah, I moved from North Dakota before I started streaming. I'm pretty sure I streamed down here in Oklahoma. I don't think I streamed before we left North Dakota. But anyway, I used to live up there. Used to live and work up there, and did field work up there, similar to what you were doing, for an oil company. But I've been in Oklahoma since 2000, and never been to the office. So I moved down here to take a promotion, and that happened right in the middle of COVID, work from home stuff, and we are 100% remote now. So there's no reason to be here. There's no particular reason not to be here either, but other than the fact that we have friends and family and a house in North Dakota. So the grandbabies are up that way. Alright, Pioneers Land. We're going to play Ocean, apparently, because that's the only one that's not grayed out. So I'm not looking forward to moving back to the north in the cold, honestly. Oh, this looks a lot like Shapes. This is a lot like Shapes. Okay. Find the extraction area of a piece. This is Shapes. This is Shapes only, Lego branded, only not branded. Okay, find the extraction area of the piece. See the compass bottom left. There. No. Okay. Piece dispenser. Place a piece dispenser. And now place. Nope. Does automatically make that turn? Yes, it does automatically make the turn. Now wait till the figurine is delivered to the altar. Find the extraction area of the 2 bottom pieces. Oh, I see. We're looking for a new shape now. And place 2 dispensers there, right? We want me to use this one over here specifically. And then we're going to stack 2 pieces together. Oh, you want me to put it there? That's a weird choice. Why would you put it there? Okay. So that's a stacker. Oh, I get to choose. Okay, configuration. Your figure is not completely stacked. Oh. Okay. Do that. Oh, that's cool. Okay. We get to make a thing. Alright. And now I'm going to do a... use another stacker. Split production. So we'll stack. We will run that one straight into there and then split this one. And then configure this. Oh, I get to do rotations inside the thing as well. Yeah. Okay, it's not not quite a shapes clone. It's Lego. It's shapes, it's logistics, it's factory stuff, and it's Lego. I'm sure you can't actually say Lego. I'm sure that's like against the rules. Gluer. Find 2 pieces that form a figure and lead them to a gluer machine. Then configure the gluer to deliver to the altar. Has it picked one out for me? Or do I get to make my own choices? Okay, let's extract that and that. Let's put a gluer in here. Probably a second gluer as well, actually. But we'll deal with that. Nice. Like it when things just work the way you expect them to work. Middle mouse button for rotating the canvas here. And we want that there and that there. Save that. And then let's put a second extractor there. And a second gluer there. Configure that on the canvas, rotate that, stick that on there, save it, deliver it. Starfishes. Whoopee! Whoopee! You can cut and modify some pieces using the cutter machine. Keep in mind the machine only accepts simple single pieces. So only simple singles can be cut. Okay, so to make the turtle I'm going to need a 2, but that's a 3. I'm going to need these little feety things. Some of these things here. Alright. So, teleporter. Cutter. So we're going to take that 3x out of there. We're going to use a cutter then. And we're going to trim that down to a... yeah, that. Do I just get pick? And I'm gonna need this and this. I'm gonna need to extract them. Then stack them. And this is going to stack. Like that. Wait, how is the front and the... oh, it's a glue, okay. Well, as a Lego maker, I'm not sure I like the idea of gluing things here, guys, but it doesn't take away from the fact that I already like your game. That's cool. That's seriously cool. Okay, so then I'm gonna need a splitter and a gluer. I see, you can't do that kind of splitting. That's all right. And then another gluer. This is cool. What about eyes? Do I get to add eyes to it? Was that a thing? There are eyes on the pictures, on the goal. Oh, there are not eyes on that one. They were. Now, to increase that efficiency, I should not be splitting this. What's the output rate of this? 60 a minute. So these pull 60 a minute out. This is only stacking 30 a minute. So I'm already at half time. Well, that means that I can split that run. I grab that and copy, paste. Alright, so I've got goals over here. There we go. 60 of... I was at 60 of 72 being the goal. I'm now at 120 per minute, which is weird because I'm getting 60 a minute out of here. I should be getting 180 a minute. Oh, I am. There we go. We got 180 a minute. So, which is close enough to the goal. Let's tidy up this one here. Oops, I did not mean to do that. So that's not good. We don't want this, which is going at 30 a minute and splitting and then going into another thing that's at 30 a minute. We're gonna need oh, no matter how I stack those, I can only get one extractor into that space. Well, I haven't done much yet. Alicia? I suppose what I'm working on right now is the most complex thing that I've done, because I should have like 4 of those, right? Not 3. 4 makes more sense. Given that it's something that I have to split in pairs. But that means I need another. One of these. Why is nothing coming out of here? Because I have to... So this should be able to handle... It should be able to be split, so we're producing 30. We should be producing 60 a minute. We are producing 60 a minute. Which is 2-star. Oops. Just more of them, actually, and I only need to... would only need to produce 2 more of these. Really, they could be their own. Each one could be its own thing. that get me to 120 a minute? No, it doesn't. It still only gets me to 60? No, it's getting me to more than 60. This is only producing 30 a minute. And I'm then splitting that in half. This could only produce 15 a minute. But it's not. Yeah, it is producing 60 a minute. I'm actually there is waste, fraud, and abuse. Alright, that gets me to the same 60 a minute, but it's utilizing things better now. Or it should be. $30 of these out a minute. And it's showing me what my current speed is. I like that. That's a nice feature. This is producing 30 out a minute. And it shouldn't be getting behind, because this is also doing 30 a minute. But I'm clearly getting a backup on production over here. This is producing at 30 a minute. Saturated belts is what you want. That means nothing's getting delayed. So if I just break that right there, we should force everything to saturate. This belt won't be saturated. We're getting 60 a minute out of there, but I'm only producing 30 a minute in each of these. So this doesn't need to be... We don't need two of those there for this build. That uses the same volume. Let's take this chunk of the thing and cut it, move it over to there. this here. Copy that. Put that there. Let's replace. That split there. Now Frog is running at 30. Per minute. This is 60 out. This is 30 in, 30 out. So that could be split. And it is. This could be split. And it is. So we're using all of that 30 and 30 into each of these. 30 from here into each of these. 30 output from each of these combines with the 30 input from this, which is a 60 split in two. But then I'm taking the 30 out and splitting that, and that is dumb. Oops. No point having two of those because we're using 30. I've done that. I hope this is 25 a minute. It was worth doing it. At 25 a minute. Ah, no. It is indeed better to split. This input and get 2 15s than 125. Which leaves me getting only 30 each, but alright, complete the diorama. I'm messing around here, and does that mean I don't have enough frogs to be able to do it with? What do I... Oh, here are the pieces, okay. That one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there, and that one goes there. Look, we get to make a little undersea thing with the seaweed and the starfish and turtle. Yay! Alright, if this were not the next level, then I would feel absolutely, like, required to keep playing this level. If this were not the demo product, I would require to keep playing and get 3 stars in each of the things here, right? So I've got only 180 of the required 240 for 3 stars here. Easy enough to do. The conveyor belt can handle 240, so I just need to connect up one more of these to bring that up. But also, same things for the others. And the frogs, sorry, the turtles at 220 a minute. That's actually a fairly complex build. I need 6 of this, which is quite a lot. And those lines will get fairly complex, but we're going to move on to the next level for the demo. Upgrade your machines after getting some coins. You can use them to get upgrades and better machines. So maybe I can make my machines go faster. Upgraded stacker. You're able to use 1 extra unit of pieces you send into any stacker. You're able to use 1 extra units of the pieces. Stacker 3 stacks 3 blocks and outputs the results if it does not exceed the maximum height. Lure 3 joins 3 blocks. So that, having unlocked those, you can go back to the earlier levels and do them a whole lot easier. That's actually... and I have only 3 coins, so the thing I'm going to choose is the triple stacker. And I've got 1 red block as well. I wonder what that gets me. The ability to unlock a new zone. Farm. Alright. Now I know how this works. Sloper. You can cut and modify some pieces using the sloper machine. Keep in mind that the machine only accepts simple single pieces. Alright, we are making a pumpkin. 1 pumpkin. That is the sloper. Okay. Alright, 4 of those, 1 of those, and 1 of those. Stacking is going to go with 1 of these. is this one output, and then what's the speed on the stacker? It is 30 a minute. Stacker 3 is 30 a minute. So I've got to put 30 a minute into the stacker to 2 stacker 3s. That works okay. That works okay. There, and then another stack 3. There. Those are not different pieces, are they? They're not different tops and bottoms. No. So oh. Does that mean those have to be glued? Lateral flip, frontal flip, rotate, it's not what I thought it was at all. It's a cut. It's a cut square. It's got cut square bottom piece. So let's extract that. There, and then let's try out this cutter. Alright, well the options that you can take a 3x2 block and cut it with a simple slice, or 2. To get that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like that. Okay, so then we're going to take. Where did my green piece go? Down there. Let's put a new stacker 3 in there. Oh, we got colors as well. It's very shapes, and yet it is a little different, and different enough to be cool. And can you see? You can't, almost can't. On the the bottom left, the target figure is rotating with my view in the stacker. Clever, and I dig. Now that's only gonna give me 30 pumpkins a minute. Is it gonna give me 30 pumpkins a minute? Yeah, this can do 60 a minute, so that's cool. In fact, the slicer can do the same speed as the dispenser, so that's good. It doesn't slow down the process at all. Yeah, the cutter really is very flexible. I like that a lot. So this bird, the next gold, has eyes on it, but I can't do the actual eyes. So now we're going to do a painter. We have a new system called the painter. And we're going to work with either a yellow piece that I paint blue or a blue piece that I paint yellow. And I only appear to have yellow pieces. So we're going to paint the bird blue. We are at 30 per minute. 3-star gold is 150 per minute. We could get the 1-star gold by getting to 45, which is a second factory, and a second factory would be relatively easy, but messy because then I gotta split these lines and jump them across 3 levels. It's only running at 15 a minute. This is running at 60 a minute. This is running at 30 a minute and it's backing up. Why? No, that's running at 30 a minute. What's going on here? You're telling me lies here. That says it's doing 60 a minute, but it's not. It's only doing 30 a minute. Alright, now we're getting 60 a minute. So the splitters, the cutter, sloper, the sloper does not run at the same speed as the out, whatever it is, the dispenser. It runs at half speed, so I have to put 2 of those in. Okay, but now we should be running pumpkins at 60 a minute, which will get me at least to 1 star, and that's about all of the all of the something that I can make on that, all of the compromise that I can make. So they say it has to be a 1x1 slope, and a 1x1 slope, and a 1x1 solid, and then this, whatever this is, a 1x2 RLS. I'm not sure what an RLS is, but it's that particular slope. I don't see why this couldn't be an invert. Oh well, I do see why, because the piece has to be painted in its entirety. Okay. Ah, that piece there is the beak piece. But no, it can't be the beak piece because I don't have a yellow paint. I only have a blue paint. So the beak is going to have to be this. Okay, well, let's start with the beak. And then I'm going to cut that again, so it's just a 1x1. And then I'm going to slope that one so that it looks like a beak. No, I'm going to slope them both so they look like a beak. And that becomes the beak. So there we have beaks. Let's take these beaks. These are going to become the tops of the bluebird's heads. So that becomes the new paint option. Dye dispenser painter. Okay. So we're going to dispenser. Alright, there we have a 1x1 for the back of the bird's head. So just need to paint that blue. Hey Crow, how you doing, sir? What's the idea behind the one? Last week was a rough week. Yeah, I was off last week. Bunch of stuff. Today's the anniversary of Cameron's passing. No, let's not do it that way. Let's get the invert over here and more blue. How much do they put out? Oh, they're the same, right? Are they the same? Fire dispensers, 60 per minute. And then this dyer is 60 a minute as well, so it's using all of them. Yeah, and I'm not like actually aware of dates. I'm terrible at dates. I can't keep birthdays straight, so I don't know that like had anything to do with why I was in just a terrible funk last week. But I was, and yeah, it was a rough week for me for whatever reasons. I don't know. But I'm back, glad to be back. Thanks for noticing. Back at it with more demos that I downloaded during Steam Next Fest, and am still not done with them. Bro with the Prime sub, thank you very much, sir. I much appreciate that. Prime subs are the best. And they mean a lot, because you have to like manually go in and do them every time, and yeah, thank you. Oh, no configuration on that one, because it just paints, it does whatever. And now we'll do a 3-stack, because I've got the 3-stacker. So that's better than a 2-stacker. Now let's make this into a bird. There we go. It's a little bluebird. And let's I've crossed the streams. I've crossed the streams, guys. Oops. I don't mean to do that. That's right. We can bridge. Look, it's Lego circuits. Are you feeling very old and busted up? Oh no, and all the stuff with Trump keeps you up some nights. Man. Oh. I am sorry to hear that you're feeling old and busted up, and I am so sorry about the angst that is coming out to the whole world from my side of the border. Hey, look, I'm making a crow. That is the next call is to make a crow. Yeah, I'm not feeling old, I gotta say. I'm appreciating that about my current lifestyle, so I'm good there. The stuff with what is happening on international relations and democracy in general. Hurts my soul and keeps me up at nights as well. So I feel you. Okay, we can crush a block to recover its color. A dye extractor. So we're gonna need some yellow squares. We can deal with the yellow squares. Why do the feet have to be 2 feet? Ugh. Alright, so we're going to take some yellow squares. Most of the time I'm an optimist, but it's been a long winter and your back is really painful. Man, that sucks. I don't know what to say, eh? You just more of the same. Keep up your core strength. Hang in there. I'm rooting for you. I feel you. No, that's, yeah, good. If that helps, absolutely vent away. It's good to have somebody to listen to. It's a failing sometimes of us as men that when somebody says they've got a problem, we like feel the need to fix it, and that's not necessarily the thing that they need. But this is a safe space. Go ahead and vent. Unless you're a spinal surgeon, yeah. Well, I don't like to brag, but used to have a t-shirt that said, "It's not rocket surgery." About as close as I got. Should I just run those up? Should I glue them? Let's glue them. It's not really necessary to glue them, but it'll give me an advantage later. Tough times can be overwhelming, but it's beautiful to see you both being vulnerable and supporting each other. Thank you, Alicia. That is pretty awesome. And a Virginia Woolf quote. The future is dark, which is on the whole the best thing the future can be, I think. Yes. That's good words, good quote. Well done, Alicia. Thank you. Chronic pain can be terrible. Now I've got to work out how to do the rest of this crow, which involves both taking some of these blocks here and slicing them, but also taking some others of the same blocks and crushing them up to get the color out of them, so I can then paint some of these and some cut ones of these, which means I actually need quite a lot of this black stuff out of there. Oh, look, I need 36 a minute to get 1 star. I'm not going to be able to walk away from that. So let's extract. These are the ones I'm going to extract for color. This color extractor thing runs at 48 per minute. I can get 60, 180. Alicia, what's 180 divided by 48? Oh wait, are you seeing text from another source outside of Twitch? No. Nope, there is another source outside of Twitch. I'm streaming on Trovo and on Kick and on YouTube. YouTube has had no comments tonight, and I never see the comments. Thank you very much, Alicia, for that math. I never see the comments on Trovo and Kick because I send it out into the ether and am not actually actively on those platforms. So I have no idea what's happening over there. I don't know where the Hayden came from. Or where did the quote come from? The Virginia Woolf quote? It's in the middle of Alicia's message at the same time that she said it was great to see us being vulnerable and supporting. Alicia did say, thanks for the kind words, Hayden. And that did throw me. I'm not sure what that was about. Hayden AI is a company that does automated bus lane and bus stop enforcement systems in the US. I think that was out of context. That was a great Google search, though. A great internet search. Google search, yeah, a great response to a generic question. Hallucinations, as they say. Alright, now we have black blocks coming through. No, I didn't want that. That's the wrong... These are the wrong bees. The wrong kind of bees. We want the cutter. Not the splitter, and we need those. Okay, so I have over here we have the beak and the feet. And then down here we have the two sides of the head. And then I need... Oh, these are already 1x2. I don't need cutters at all. Do I glue them together before I stack them? Does it save me some If I glue them, then they become a single piece that needs to be stacked. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's not glue. Let's not do any gluing, actually. Let's take that out of there as well and not do any gluing. Because it doesn't need to be glued, and I'd much rather not glue my Lego together. Don't you think? So those are my black pieces that make the head. The head... just the head, I suppose, yeah, the top of the head there. These are my black pieces that make the wings. And here is the black paint to make the body. So we need to extract the body block and paint it. With this paint here. Alright, now we can start doing stacking. Let's do our stacker 3. That was a good upgrade to get. Black disappears here, but we have 3 different blocks, all black. The body and the head, so let's now align those. Oh, they're the body and the head. That's no good, I can't stack those together. I need to stack the body and the wings, not the body and the head. And there we go. Now, and there, yes, they are going to stack together. There, that goes on top there, and spins around and goes on top there. Okay. Now, here is my feet, which go underneath, and my head, which goes on top. Let's bring the head to stacker again. Bring the beak to the head. They can't all stack together. The body, the beak, and one of the head pieces can stack together. That music's got a little awful. Chur. Hey Nate, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Over here in America, trying to teach these fellas about some rugby. Okay, so that's got one of the head pieces on, the wings on, the body on, and the beak on. I need the feet and the other head piece. That's 2 stacks no matter how I play it, so they might as well be 2 to 1s. So might as well be regular stackers. So just go normal one. We're building Lego. And then the final one will be a 3-stacker. Rugby in America, I know. It's been a long, hard slog. I am pretty happy with where Major League Rugby is at, though, I must say. Like, it's been a long Shakespeare in a Block factory. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. We're getting there. It is messy, honestly, and I'm sure as I get better, as I unlock more of the tools, and as I upgrade the tools, it will become less so, but it feels untidy, and I'm struggling with that a little bit, I must admit. I do like the actually building and stacking the blocks. That is kind of cool. So we cut and color and rotate them. We build the blocks like we're a Lego factory, and then we work with the blocks to build the actual little toys. All of the toys go into a diorama kind of thing at the end, so it's kind of cool. Bigger figures require bigger machines. You may use a super stacker. to create a figure that surpasses size in any direction. When you do, you'll only be able to stack it along with other big blocks. Use an enlarger if you need to convert a block to a bigger size. Alright, so what do we get here then? We got, oh gosh, all kinds of new stuff. An enlarger, a big conveyor belt, a big teleporter, a super stacker, and a mega stacker, a super gluer and a mega gluer, and trash cans. All of that effort, and I'm producing 10 little birds a minute. But this is all backed up. Like, everything's producing 10 little birds a minute, but it's all like waiting on things. Wait, why am I producing? I should be producing 30. I should be producing 30 little birds a minute. Yeah, it's just gotta sort itself out. This should be 30. This should be 30, right? Is a stacker? Wait, why have I only got... Oh, okay. A stacker 3.0 should be doing 30 per minute. But we're only getting 10 per minute. Well, that says it's doing 29 a minute, so maybe just the diorama thing has to catch up. These conveyors are all saturated. The only thing that could be causing this to be producing less than 30 a minute is itself. And it is producing 15 a minute, but the details on it say it's a 30 per minute machine. Alright, I may have to come back to that. If I can get us up over 1 star, well, I can get us over 1 star just by doing this one machine. A duplicate of that. Oh, and now it's going to produce 60 a minute? Well, it can't keep that up. The only reason it's able to produce 60 a minute at the moment is because there was a backlog of devices, of the body piece. I could get it to 60 a minute, you know. I could. Just cause the whole thing to back up, and then these two here would get to 60 a minute. They wouldn't hold there though, so... But maybe that's enough to get 1 star. Okay, on to the Scarecrow. Oh goodness, that's a lot of pieces there. And these have to be painted, and this has to be painted. These ones here, that one's straight out of the box. I think that's straight out of the box as well. These are cut. This is cut and painted. This is painted, this is painted. Yoke. And probably cut and painted, actually. Think about it. Oof. And there's a limited number of sources. My gosh. Like I've got... I've used up perhaps too much of the yellow blocks in crafting my my crow. Wow. Alright, let's start at the bottom. I need a 2x2 with a slice out of it and then painted blue. I'm not going to use the yellow squares because I need those for other things. So we're going to use the orange 2x3. And bring that out. It so that it's a 2x2. And then slice it. Gonna slice like an undercut, like that. Right, so that is the bottom, and the bottom has to be dyed blue. Alright, so that gets me my shoes. Next up, we need a white brick for the middle, for its body, and all the whites on the other side of the map. white body is a 2x2 square, so we will cut that. And then paint that. Alright, there I have my body. Oh, what's going on? I've got 0 ducks per minute. Oh, that's right. I was saturating the line. Right, let's see if I can get it up to 60 ducks per minute. Woohoo! Got 1 star. Oh, 60 ducks per minute would give me 2 stars. Oh. And then I fell off. I had a star and then I lost a star. It's only counting 10 per minute. But I got 2 things that are running at 30 per minute. And they're both completely saturated on the input. I should be getting 60 per minute. Who frustrates me. That seems glitchy, but oh, now it's registering 60 a minute. Oh, you've got to hold it for a certain amount of time before the star registers. We should do it. We got a star. Do I lose the star? When that fails, as it inevitably will, because I kind of faked it. Why is this not? This is gonna do the same thing. Painters are supposed to be able to operate at 60 per minute, which is the maximum that you can get out of a dye dispenser as well. And so this dye dispenser, which is only getting 8 out of 9 squares, will not be doing 60 per minute. Next thing I needed was the same as this. And then it needed to cut. Oh wait. Didn't need to cut this at all. This could just come straight out of one of these little brown ones right here. No messing around at all, just straight out. Alright, there we have the body, the neckline, the chest, the abdomen, the chest, and the neck. So let's stack those all together. And that is the abdomen, the chest, and the neck. This needs the blue shoes to make up the remainder of this, and that's the blue shoes there. I'm just going to take that whole section and remove it. Put it over here. Wrong thing. Needed the cutter. Needed the slicer, not the cutter. Sloper. That can come all the way up to the top now. Top being the north of the map. I can go to right there. How about that? Stack that. So when I'm done here, this will be a stack of 4, which is the maximum you can get into a stacker. This will be the lower half of the farmer. Shoes. Body, chest, neck. So that's the lower half of the farmer. Now the upper half of the farmer. We've got some problems with sound, and I just did a whole lot of stuff there, and I've caused all kinds of hiccups and failures. Oh no, don't tell me it's going to crash on me. It could. It's the demo. It's in early access. Is it even in early access? I'm not even sure about that, actually. So this here, I need 4 of these. God, what a waste. I need 1/4 of it, and it doesn't allow me to cut it in half and keep half. It's, you are just like trimming it down to just halves. Just trimming some off each time. And disposing the rest. So I need to somehow finagle 4 outputs. Blocky Farmer is taking shape, as blocky farmers do. One of these outputs is going to be at 8 out of 9 squares, so... Alright, and then let's see what we do here with this. We're going to cut it, and then cut it again. Each one is going to need 2 cutters per line. It doesn't really matter which way I do it, this way or this way, because then I just got to do the other one. Wait, no I don't. It does matter which way I do it, because there's 2 different things going on here. One of those. So this is 2 spots for the face and 1 spot for the hair slash hat. This is going to be the top of the hat, and this is going to go cut. This one doesn't matter which way around I do it. It's such a waste. I wish I could flip the block rather than just like destroy a piece of it. But is what it is. And then I'm going to cut again. Maybe that's an advanced machine that I haven't earned the rights to yet. Stacking. And then one more stacking, just a 2x1 stack. This is gonna go that, and then like that. Good. And there we have the upper half of a farmer. Scarecrow, not a farmer. And the lower half of a scarecrow is over here, the upper half is over here, so let's put our merger, our super stacker. There. Bring that line in there, bring this line over here. Bridge the gap. Finish linking them up. Put a big conveyor on the back side of that. The back block factory is rising. The blocks are rising up. Zoop, zoop. There we go. Let's get them stacked together. We have one of them dudes. And one of them dudes. We have we have a farmer. That's pretty freaking awesome, honestly. It'll only be able to do 30 a minute, but we'll get 30 a minute. Oh look, 27 a minute is a 1 star, so I should be able to get 27 a minute. I don't see any reason why anything should be less than that. These should be all doing 30. Alright, we have delivered all of the blocks, all of the figurines. So now we put them in place. Pumpkins in. Bluebirds in. Crows in. Scarecrow not doing a great job, but he's in. Yeah! Diorama complete. I like it. It's cheap, but it's also engaging. So I don't know, it depends what the price point is that it sits at, but I'll pay $15 for that. That looks fun, looks good to me. They need to work out some sound issues. That was the whole demo. Good, that was good timing. I was only going to do those 2 tonight, so there is. That was a good 2.5 hours to do those 2 levels. So, or 2 hours, I suppose. We did talk a little bit of rugby at the start of the whole thing. So, that's good. I like this. Oh, there's some really complex builds coming up. Holy heck, man! The complexity of the builds, along with the restrictions of the build space, mean that getting those stars is going to be interesting. And you know I can't not get the stars. Super. Alright guys, that was Block Factory, and I'm wishlisting that, and I'll be watching out for it. You guys have a great evening. And thanks for dropping by, everybody that came in, including Nate New Zealand, Chur Uncle, Unk, Bro, Cuzzy. Alright, that's me out of here. I'll be back tomorrow night. I've still got another couple of demos to look at here. We'll see whether or not they can keep me engaged the way this one did. So, in the meantime, please don't forget to hug your loved ones. And stay curious.